What's up guys, welcome back to the next video in learning PHP object oriented programming. My name is QDS Zane and you guys watching my channel Crowwood. Alright, so in this video we're gonna see the class abstraction. So what is class abstraction? Class abstraction, we define class abstraction in PHP object oriented programming as a common objects behaviors so that the child classes implement those behaviors in their own way. Say for example is when we say declare class abstraction is in a parent, and the parents gonna say for example have a book, and the children's gonna implement the book, whatever the behaviors of the book is, in their own way. Say for example if we have a class education, which is a parent class. In this class parents have a method book. So the class, whenever the child class gonna come in, say for example the class school extends education, they gonna implement the book in their own way. So say for example the school is gonna implement the book in their own way, and the college gonna implement the book in their own way. So the university is gonna implement the book in their own way, but all of them is gonna be the children of the education class. So the education class is going to have a method book, and so all of the school and the college and the university and whatever you can think of in the education department, whatever the chain, you can think that all of them is going to implement the class book, because the book is a common method between all of them. So all of them is going to share the book. So as I said, we have education is school and college and book, and all of them is going to share the same method. But when you have a class education, you must declare abstract here. So it's going to be abstract class, and it's going to be abstract education, and I'm going to tell you why we use the abstract education. Alright, so abstract classes must have at least one abstract method to the abstract class. Okay, so if we declare this one as abstract class, then this method we must include this one's abstract method. So if your class if you declare class abstract and you don't have abstract method, then PHP is going to be very unhappy with you. So in order for you to make abstract class, you must declare one abstract method, so the PHP knows now from now on that this method is abstract, and all the children classes gonna implement this method in their own way. So when we're gonna come here, abstract classes cannot be instantiated. Okay, so when you make for example abstract class as a parent class, then this class, if you make this one as abstract, then the class education you cannot be instantiated. Any other class, children class, you guys can instantiate this one. So for example class schools can be instantiated, class college can be instantiated. If you make another class, child class is say for example university, and the university is gonna have the same method as the parent one, and then you can instantiate that one, but not the class education, because the class education is abstract. It can be inherited to achieve common behaviors among objects. As I said, that you can be inherited, because if you are declaring this one as a class parent, because that's your abstract class, you can inherit this one. Say for example now we have extends education, because education is a parent class, so it can be inherited. So child classes can implement methods on their own way, as I said to you before. When you have this one as abstract function book, then the child class, then the second child class named college, then this one can implement their own way. Say for example if you have another one, the child class 3 university, then the university is going to have the same ones, going to share the same method, but they're going to implement their own way, because the school, the book is totally different to the college, and the book is totally different to the university books. So abstract classes starts with the keyword abstract. So when you want to make this class education, say for example if you want to make this abstract, you need to make, say for example like this abstract class, and then the first words of this education, you can make it abstract education. That's what the PHP recommends. So PHP PSR requires that the abstract classes must be prefixed with the abstract. Say the above code, we have it class education, and this is the parent class, and we have 2 children here, and we can here we can put the same ones. So we converted the same ones and we added the abstract and this class, and that's a class education. But the only difference now is that because this one, the keyword abstract came in and it has the same class, and before the education we prefix it with abstract education. And same goes over with our method. Before the method was a public function book, and now it's abstract function book. So that's what's the difference we make. So that's the example. And then the child class is gonna come in. School extends abstract education. And if you notice here, the child class, we did not make any changes to the child classes. The children classes stays the same. The only difference you can make is this guy is here, the abstract class, abstract education. And so now this abstract class, abstract education, have at least one method. That's according to PHP, at least one method. So you can put it, for example, the type string or the type int, whatever, and that's how you guys going to see here. Because here we just declare. You can have as many abstract as you like. Say for example, you can put abstract function, any other thing. Say for example, car, or you can put abstract class student, or abstract class name, or abstract class anything you guys like. Say for example, we put a name, so it's going to be the type of string. We can do this, but make sure if you put a two abstract class, then your children gonna have exactly the two classes here, because in abstraction you guys must so I've got a typo here. Then in abstract classes you guys must implement these methods. If you don't, then your whole code is gonna crumble. You're gonna have a problem with the PHP. And keep in mind, if you have say for example, you can implement as many arguments as you like. Say for example, if you have a none here, and you can add your own. For example, you can add if you have one here, you can add two here. So make sure whatever the parents class, if the parents class have one parameter, then you must. If it doesn't have parameter, that's one, don't worry. But if it has one, for example, you have a parameter one, then you can implement parameter one, then you can implement your own ones too. But if you don't have parameter, then don't worry, you can leave it as a blank. Say for example, if you have a name, say for example, the education class is going to have a name, and the school is going to share the same name, because all of the academic centers, such as a school, primary school, whatever, they share name. You must have at least a name for the school, for the college, for the university, for primary school, for secondary school, because name is something that every object share. It's not something that is going to be strange. You can't go to the say university or school without name. It's impossible, because you must have at least a name to go to refer to the universities, such as Harvard University or Stanford University or Oxford University. So any institutional academic center or institution must have at least one name. So the name is something that you guys can put in the education department. Say for example, Department of Education, or London University, or Oxford University, or Harvard University, or say for example, Hazara School, or anything that school, or primary school, or education, whatever. But because all of them is going to have a name, it's impossible. And all of the universities have a book. Our schools, our colleges, our educational centers, they all have a book. So the book and the name is very, very common. You can put it among all of your child classes. Alright, so now we're gonna come in and we're gonna make a very, very simple program in abstract or abstract class. So far we have learned. Say for example, we have an abstract, and we put a class, and we put an abstract education, because the name is gonna come in from the top, because we put in our examples. So the abstract class we're gonna put it here. So now you can create as many child classes as you guys like. Keep in mind, sometimes you guys don't see this one with a lot of PHP programmers. They don't put abstract, they just leave it education. But that's a recommendation from the PHP. So the PHP does recommends that you guys, if you put it, so you know at least it's very good for your code readability, because if you see this abstract education, you guys are not gonna make any mistake. Then you guys gonna think, okay, that's a abstract class, because it's very easy to make a mistake. So then we're gonna come and put a, say for example, we put a public, and we're gonna have one property, and that's one our property is gonna be name. We don't want to confuse you with say for example in this guys here we have put a lot of properties. I'm not going to confuse you with the properties. I'm just going to put a simple just one name, and I'm going to make child classes. So all of the child classes, institution, departments, institutions, academic centers, they're going to have a name. Say for example, school have a name, universities have a name, college have a name, primary school have a name, secondary school have a name, whatever in public education center is going to have a name. So I'm going to put a one name, and I'm going to put my constructor. So I'm going to put a public function, and my constructor is going to have a name. This one you guys going to put this name, and we put it as a name. Alright, so now my constructor is done. Now I'm going to have at least one abstract method. For example, now I'm going to have an abstract function. You can put abstract public function, for example, public function. Then what we're going to do is we can put academic, and we put a name, and it's going to be the type of a string. So now I have a class, and my class is going to be abstract education. It has a one public property, which is a name, and I'm going to put the name inside my constructor. And as we said, that abstract class requires at least one method to be abstract. That's what we're going to put it here. So we put abstract public function academic name. You can put anything else if you like my school name or college name, education name, whatever you like, but it's regardless of whatever you want to put it, but that's fine as long as you guys have a abstract public function, that a method, and it's going to be whatever type you guys want to put it, the type int, string, whatever, double, whatever you guys want to put it. So as long as you guys happy, that's all it matters, and as long as you guys know what abstract classes is. So we're going to have say for example the first child class, then we're going to have the second, then we're going to have the third. Okay, so the first child class, we're going to put a class. You can put for example school, you can put for example primary school or secondary school. We're going to put just a primary school, or we just put a school, college, and we can put a primary school extends, and what we're going to extend abstract education. So we're going to bring this guy here, we're going to copy, and we're going to put it here. So now our primary school, this one is going to extend the abstract education. The second one is going to be class, say for example college, our secondary school extends, say abstract education. And our third class going to be, our third child class going to be class. You can put a college, or you can put a college school, or put a college. We can put a school, and this one is going to extend abstract education. Now that all of our institutions are going to extend abstract education, and all of them sharing the academic name. There's no way that you guys go in primary school without name or secondary school without name. So the first thing that they share with among each other is going to be the academic name. So this name is going to be this name. So whatever names we're going to put it, say for example in here as an argument, they're going to have the name. For example, we're going to come here and say, for example, abstract public function academic name, and that's what these functions we're going to use. So you can copy this one as the whole lot here, and you can put it inside your child classes, and you can echo whatever you want to echo. So but the problem is, but keep in mind, you don't need to put this abstract anymore. So all of this is going to have a public function academic name, and it's going to be the type of string exactly similar like that all the way from here to here. But make sure that you don't put abstract, because you only put abstract only once on the parent class. You don't put it in child classes. The child class can inherit the abstract class, but you cannot put the abstract here anywhere inside the child classes. So that's what you guys stay away. And you can put anything you guys like. You can put a multiplication, you can put a division, you can put a return, anything you guys like. So we put a return hi, our you can put it in say for example h1 header 1, and you can put in header 1, you can put a hi, I am studying in primary school, and my school name is, and then you guys gonna bring this school name, then you guys gonna put this, and you can put a name. How cool is this? You can put a 2 exclamation mark as well to make it look more cool. So you can do exactly the same, or you can copy this one, because as a programmers, we are lazy people. We don't want to type it again and again and again. We just do some sort of modification. If it's gonna be the same, hi, I am studying in secondary school. So we can put a secondary school, and my school name is, then you can put this name. But keep in mind, that's exactly the same method as the primary school, and that's, you're going to see this one academic name, because now look at the parents wants the children classes to implement in their own way. The parents don't, the abstract education class don't want to, they have nothing to do with this. They say, all right, you can just declare it here, but you're not going to do anything unless you guys gonna modify it in your own way. But if you put anything here as a parameter, you must implement that one as well. But now we're not going to put any parameter here, and we're going to go ahead, and there we go, because we're going to copy, and we're going to paste it again, and I'm going to put a hi, I'm studying in not a primary or secondary, I'm going to study in college school, and my school name is, my college name is, for example, and you can put my secondary school name is, or my higher education, whatever you guys want to put it. So if you look in here, we have a abstract class education, we have a property name, we have a constructor, and here we have a abstract method, and inside here we have 3 children classes, and all of them is extending from the abstract class, which is a base class or parent class, and all of them sharing the same method as the abstract method on top of the parent class. So now we're going to go and run, and our is going to be abstract. We're going to go and say refresh, and we're looking for abstract. So expecting in 68. Where is 68? We are missing 1. Now looks like we are missing the semicolon here, and we are missing the semicolon here, and we are missing the semicolon here. Okay, so now we're gonna instantiate our classes, and we have fixed this one. We're gonna come here, and we're gonna instantiate our classes. We're gonna make objects. So now we're gonna create objects. So the objects ones is the first one is gonna be the primary school. So we're gonna create the primary. We're gonna put a new primary school. And what's going to be the name of the primary school? Going to be, say for example, Hazara Primary School. That's what's going to be our primary school name. And we're going to echo our objects. So what are we going to echo? We're going to echo primary, and then we're going to echo name. So we put a echo primary, and then we're gonna name echo is academic. We're gonna echo academic name, and then here echo we're gonna break. Okay, that's our first one. We can do the second one. We say secondary, and we put a new secondary school. And what's our secondary school going to be? Say for example Victoria, and we're going to echo. We go echo secondary. That's going to be our object name, and our method name is the academic name. We are looking for this method, and we're going to put echo, and we put a break. And we put a college, and we put a new, we put a college school. And what's our college school is going to be? For example, New South Wales, or we're going to college, or for example the college name is going to be Sydney, for example. That's going to be the Sydney, and we're going to echo college. That's going to be our object name, and we put an academic name, and then you don't need a break for the last one. So look in here, and now we're gonna run, and we're gonna look for the file name. Our file name is gonna be abstract. So hi, I'm studying in primary school. My school name is Hazara. Hi, I'm studying in secondary school. My school name is Victoria. Hi, I am studying in a college school, and my college name is Sydney. How cool is this? If you look in here, we have abstract class education, and we have a name, we have a constructor, and we have a abstract public function academic, and that's going to be our abstract function. That's going to be our abstract method. And keep in mind that, as we said, that in order for the abstract class to be abstract, you guys need at least one abstract method. So here we have 3 children here, and all of them is gonna be extending from the abstract education, and we're going to implement this abstract method in all of them. So all of them we're echoing something about the name, and here we're just making objects, and here we echoing our objects and echoing the method that all the children classes share with the parent class. And this is just a break here. So that's how we implement the abstract class, and that's what abstract class is in PHP, and that's how the children class is extending, getting everything from the abstract education. So in order for us to, this is a very, very simple class. You can make it class person or class anything else. You can make it class car, or you can make it class pet shop, or class zoo, or class anything you guys like. So in the future videos we're gonna get more complicated. So I'm gonna show you guys the very complicated ways. So once we get the idea of the basic, then we can go and increase. Say for example, we can make it more complicated. We can make more complicated abstract classes, but abstract classes are essential part of the PHP programming, object-oriented programming, and knowing abstract classes is very essential, and it's very important. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe Kuraiwood. If you have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.